All right. Welcome back, Free Radicals. I'm Dave. This is the Radical Independent. I'm not sure if I should even keep doing this channel at this point. I just, you know why? Here's why. And people are going to say, well, you've got a thin skin. You got to toughen up. You know what? Here's what I've always said. If you don't like the channel, why do you watch the channel? Why is it this bizarre sort of fetish with tearing someone apart that you don't like, all right, for whatever reason? And this happens on the other channel, and I'm talking about stupid crap. I'm talking about music-oriented stuff. You know, is this guy going to be in this band? And here's the controversy, blah, blah, blah. And then, people say, you don't know what you're talking about. And then the people in the band say, yeah, he's right. Okay, so that doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. And over here, what I've noticed is, the Scott Ritter content, which is viewed quite a lot. It's been really good for the channel to have Scott Ritter as a guest. But the typical Scott Ritter is a Putin puppet. Isn't it a shame about Scott Ritter? He served his country, but now Scott Ritter is a truth teller. He's a truth teller. You don't like what he's got to say, so you're gonna come down on Scott Ritter for siding with Russia, siding with Putin. This isn't about siding with anybody. This is about seeing the world and saying, why do we have endless war? Number one. Number two, I say, why are the tax dollars that could go, for instance, down to Fort Myers Beach or anywhere else in the country where there's been a natural disaster, what are we doing as a country with our money? We've got nobody in Congress. They're fighting over, do we have a neocon as the Speaker of the House? Or do we have maybe somebody who's not quite as neocon as Speaker of the House? And then, of course, the Democrats have all become neoliberal. I mean, in lockstep, neoliberal. Bernie Sanders can't even sign on to stop bombing Yemen, for crying out loud. I mean, it's a genocide. Hello. And I've noticed that the people on the right, people I used to kind of be tethered to, those people don't care. The lack of humanity overall. And then, it's about time somebody held me accountable for the things that I say. My cold, fact-free takes, whatever that means. They're cold. Why are they cold? Actually, they're pretty hot takes on most of the things that are important, because guess what? 99% of the so-called mainstream garbage propaganda mockingbird media walks in lockstep and says the same thing. So you've been gaslit, you've been brainwashed, you've been propagandized for generations. And I come along with a very small footprint, right? I don't have a lot of people, and I say a few things. Oh man, somebody needs to hold me. They need to hold me accountable. They don't need to hold the military accountable. They don't need to hold the police accountable. They don't need to hold pharmaceutical companies accountable. And then somebody comes along and says something like, well, the name of the channel implies it's a left-wing channel. Hey, I am not a left-winger, okay? Just throwing it in there, all right? I'm not a left-winger. I am a right-leaning libertarian. Or I don't even know what left-right means. It's a paradigm that I think doesn't really exist anymore. You're either a reality-based human being. You see somebody collapse in the football field, and you're not allowed to ask questions. You're not allowed to say, wonder why that happened. Well, obviously, Dave, he was hit, and that's why he went down. Yeah, he got up, and then he fell down again. So there's a little bit more nuance there, right? So a bunch of people, of course, take to social media to say, well, this has nothing to do with people going to CVS every 3 or 4 months to, get more of this garbage circulating in their system, because that's what this is. Then tell me what's in it. Tell me what's in it that makes it so wonderful and so awesome. Just trust. But you don't trust me, though, right? Don't listen to me. Just hear what I say and then go, oh, this guy needs to be held accountable for the things he says. Oh, but if I'm in agreement that, it's great that we're just shoveling money into Ukraine and we're not taking care of people here at home, people on Fort Myers Beach, I've made that point a couple of times. Here's the thing. The human soul, like I said on the other channel, seems to have been sucked out 3 years ago. For the most part. He's dead? No, rest in peace. Yeah, too bad, huh? Let's honor the family by not talking about this. Let's honor. Okay, cool, man. Don't ever talk about it. Wait like 6 months and still don't talk about it. Because I know the family needs privacy. Of course they do. I mean, who cares if this keeps happening, right? And if somebody has a slightly different take or opinion, slightly different, I mean, go watch The Last American Vagabond. You want to watch a guy who's plugged in to the what's happening on all sides, whether it's the medical stuff, whether it's the military stuff. Mostly he focuses on the medical stuff. I would highly recommend. And he's only on Rumble and Rockfin and all the weird places, And as soon as you go over to the weird places, you're able to kind of communicate freely. And maybe some of the audience will follow you. But I was kind of trying to make a stand here, right? I've got these two channels. And this channel, for me, is kind of what I'd rather talk about every day. I know there's a news article that I could just grab onto. The music side of things, I think people wanted maybe some entertainment. They wanted to hear about their favorite old rock band, whatever. And I like doing that channel, but that channel ain't going to change the world. I mean, none of what I do is going to change the world, quite frankly. I'm supposed to be able to communicate and have an opinion. And people could say, you know what? I don't know if I agree with you, but I'm glad you're able to say what you're saying. Or I don't agree with you. Here's why I don't agree with you. No, we need to hold this guy accountable for the things that he's saying, but no interest in holding pharmaceutical companies accountable. No interest at all, because they're doing the Lord's work. If people would just follow them, they finance everything. They finance all of your TV shows. They finance, even just garden variety websites. So this is brought to you by Merck. And you're like, huh? What? And people don't think that kind of influence changes the narrative, changes the dialogue. You have somebody who's just out there because, number one, either they did this and they want to go after you. They did this themselves. So they're going after you. They're taking it out on you. Some kind of passive aggressive thing like, oh, well, we all do this. And I don't understand why. This happened to Eric Clapton. And Eric Clapton went and did this 2 times. And then he had a problem. And then he starts talking about the problem. And people go, he's insane. He's insane. How is he insane for having a problem? That he didn't do this to himself. He was told he had to do this in order to go out on tour and make a living, earn a living. I'm all over the place on this video. I'm frustrated, all right? If you want to make comments, here's the deal, folks, all right? Comments are going to be held for review moving forward. And again, if I unplug the comments and it hurt, everybody says, oh, you need to turn the comments on. Why? Go find me on Patreon. Pay the $1 a month. Pay the $2, whatever it is that you think. It's got to be at least $1. You want to have a conversation with me, a private, civil conversation where you present your side of the argument, and then I'll throw Dr. Peter McCullough at you, and then you can go deal with him. I'll throw Dr. Ryan Cole at you, and then you can go and rabbit trail that for a couple of days, okay? When it comes to Ukraine, I'll direct you over to Scott Ritter's Telegram channel, where you can watch all of his content. And then you decide, is he working for Vladimir Putin? Is Putin sending Scott Ritter money each week for not buying into what is clearly an American issue for the last 60 years, okay? I get flack. It's not just the last 30 years. Why do you just go back 30 years? Oh, I don't know. It's since George Washington, okay? I don't care. See, this is the crap that gets under my skin. And it's probably on purpose because people know that I'm going to get triggered. I'm just going to sit here and be like, really? Really? You're going to hold me accountable, huh? Somebody needs to hold that guy accountable. All right. Well, you go ahead and do that. All right. Meanwhile, you got Wall Street, you got mega banks out there, you get the Federal Reserve, you got the World Economic Forum, and you're going to come after me. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. People, here's the deal. If we all kind of got together, you could be, progressive left, old school. You could be conservative, populist, right. You could be libertarian. You could just be independent because you know that it's all BS. Maybe even the libertarian movement is BS. It's just another, corporation that's starting to grow a little bit. But maybe it becomes a movement for people. Maybe it's better than the other two systems. Anyway, you could be across the spectrum. And if you could just get together on a few of these issues like liberty and freedom and understanding that these people don't have if you think these people have your best interests at heart, then it's a non-starter. So if you're gonna hold me accountable for an opinion, okay, here's my opinion. These people don't have your best interests. The people working in the medical industrial complex, they don't have your best interests. What they care about is money. And they care about getting out all of these products. If you have an issue, turn on the TV. If you're suffering from X, Y, Z, whatever it is, they've got something for you. And find out. Go to your doctor and find out if this is right for you. And then even if it's paid for, the government will pay for this product, where does that money come from? This is an endless rabbit trail. If you think to yourself that, hey, fighting a war in another country is what we do because we go around the world and we set everybody right. We try to reform them all in the image of America because America is a global superpower and we're a moral and righteous country. Oh, maybe at the founding of the country, there might have been a period of time where things were pretty good. Maybe the first 50 years. I don't even know. I'm not a historian. Scott Ritter is a historian. Scott Ritter admitted he was a Reagan Republican on here, which I'm sure blew some heads up. Because then you got the conservatives. Well, if he's a Reagan Republican, then we should be going after Putin and taking him out because that's what Reagan would have done. No, I don't think so. First of all, you got to read Scott's book, and then maybe you'll understand diplomacy and kind of working together with countries that you may not agree with. Funny thing is, Russia was a communist, Soviet Union, that was communist, right? They're not communist anymore, but America is moving in that direction rapidly. And people just, Putin's just a bad dude. He's former KGB. It's like Tulsi Gabbard, she's a member of the World Economic Forum. And then I say, she posted a video, and then people, please direct me to where this video is. I don't know, use Google. Just find the video. I'm sure, unless, of course, they don't want you seeing it, and then, they'll throttle the content back, just like they do on every video I put out here, just like they do on every video I put out on the other channel. I know it for a fact because I see stupid upstart channels with zero, substantive content just blowing right past me. And I go, okay, I've been doing this, 6 years, 7 years, and all right, cool. That's good for them. Good for them because they're talking about, cats falling off tables or whatever. And They've got a cool, slick presentation. I mean, I need a new camera. Yes, please send me a camera for my studio. Please do this. My lighting is crap and I look like crap. Do you really care? Is this, if you don't like me to begin with, why do you care how good or bad I look? Well, I just can't watch it and your microphone is wrong. And okay, then don't watch it. Don't watch it. Do something else. I'm sure there are a number of other channels or things that you, video games, go play your favorite video game. All right. It's mind blowing to me that I need to be held accountable. Scott Ritter needs to be called out because he's a Putin puppet. And I need to be held accountable for my cold takes on things. Go watch another channel. If this is your goal in life, to shoot me down, there are other people in the world. You got guys at the World Economic Forum. Oh, they're good. They're well-meaning, because soon I'm not even going to have to move off the couch. I can just think about something and it'll just happen thanks to the World Economic Forum and Agenda 2030. I can't wait for that. That's going to be great. We're all going to live in little boxes. See, oh, it's just a hot take. It's a cold take. Sorry, it's a cold take. He's just making stuff up now. Okay. I'm making stuff up. All right. They've got a video. You'll own nothing and you'll be happy. Try Googling that one, right? Just, and it's crazy. I guess people just want to live like this. They want to live oblivious to, and just in the dark and, hey, dude, I got my truth. I don't know. Your truth is not my truth. Good. Go live your truth, whatever that is. Go live it. And please, if you're a like-minded person and you want to hang out here, great. Same thing with the other channel. Same thing with anything else I do. If you're like-minded, I have no time for the crap posting and the trolls. And, we know this guy isn't going to be able to put up with this. He's going to lose it. Yeah, I'm losing it because I see humanity having their souls sucked out of them, mostly by governments and corporations that are associated with governments, and mostly because of an unsustainable lifestyle, which says materialism matters more than family. It matters more than your country. It matters more than anything. I need my technology. I need my stuff. And so you can look at the root cause of all this stuff, and it's a spiritual issue. And I think I had someone say, well, you talk a lot about God, but you don't act like that. Okay, you know what? Who's God? What God? Anyway, it's just a kind of a frustrated take. It's a cold, frustrated take. It's a cold, empty, frustrated take. Someone needs to hold me accountable for the thoughts and feelings I have. Okay, you know what? If I'm a sovereign human being, which is questionable, which is really questionable right now, but if I'm a sovereign human being, I have the right to have any take I want to have. If you don't agree, then go somewhere else. It's like, why pay attention to somebody that you disagree with? I don't watch I know you're closed-minded. No, I watch people who are interesting to me, and some of whom I don't agree with 100% at times, but I wouldn't spend time trolling their channel. There's no way I would do that. I try to find like-minded. There's too little time to waste on people that are lost. I'm going to say it like that. Well, that's your interpretation. Who's lost? Who's lost? Anybody who thinks the military-industrial complex is a good thing. Anybody who buys into the corporate media narrative, all of you, you're lost. How's that? That's pretty clear take. Well, do you have quantifiable evidence? Yeah, I see them on the street every day. It's anecdotal. It's anecdotal. They're still wearing face diapers. Some of them. That, to me, that's enough. I mean, give me some. I mean, there's more. There's more. Anyway, this is, again, two things. If you want to hold me accountable, right, sign up for Patreon and we can have a conversation back and forth. If you're going to leave your little crappy post on a thread to prove that, ooh, not everybody likes me, that's cool. I know not everybody likes me. I'm not even sure my family likes me sometimes, okay? I think they do. But here's the problem with the world today, all right? It makes other people feel really good to go around and do this stuff. Like they've got some sort of other inner thing they need to work through. And again, I think it's a spiritual issue, but most of these people think, you know, the sky god is going to help you. Oh, you believe in fairy tales now, and now you're changing the subject. Yeah. At this point, the way the world is going, if I cling to my religion, if I cling to it, like my guns and my religion, just call it a crutch, whatever you want to call it. That's my thing. You worry about you, right? And as far as Scott Ritter goes, I don't know who's more knowledgeable. I've not seen a commentator who is more knowledgeable on these issues than Scott Ritter. I mean, Judge Napolitano, right, is a pretty smart guy. He has Scott Ritter on all the time. It's like, and he says to Scott, hey, we need your take. Your take is invaluable. So again, I'm fortunate enough that he's done a few videos over here. If I were him, maybe, you know, this channel is a little too small potatoes for Scott Ritter, and I would get that if he said, look, man, Fox News just called me, which they wouldn't because they're a bunch of neo-libs and neocons. But say, I don't know, an upstart network where they were putting together you know, real news and alternative views, and they're going to broadcast all over the world. You know, if RT America, which you can, or, you know, isn't RT America, just RT now. If they said, hey, Scott, we've got a job for you. I don't know if Scott would do it. I'm sure he'd have to work out of his own house and so forth. But, and then people would say, see, he's working for Russian TV. Okay, well, do you think our channels aren't all propaganda? And it doesn't matter. It could be Fox, it could be MSNBC, could be the 3 old legacy networks. They're all doing the same thing. I mean, they have different sort of niches. Like Fox is supposedly conservative, which is funny, because most of the time they're just spewing the same nonsense on the big issues, and they continue to gaslight and keep people interested because on maybe some cultural issues they're okay, you know. Anyway, I've gone too long on this video, and this video is just self-indulgent nonsense. That's what this video is. And I'm sure the people who don't like me for whatever reason, and you know what, like I say, I've got my family right now, I've got my health, I've got a nice place to live, so I don't have a lot of big complaints. I mean, my life is pretty good, but things around the world are going to hell in a handbasket pretty quickly. And if we don't fix some of this stuff, if we don't seize the day, get to the heart of all of these issues, whether it's medical, whether it's military, whether it has to do with the Federal Reserve, all these big issues, and people are going to nitpick my takes on things. It's just insane. So anyway, that's my video. Thanks for watching. Again, the best way you can help me is over on Patreon. During this time of year, everything tends to go down, and revenue is down, viewership is down, patronage is down, and the economy right now really sucks. So that's adding to everything. So, you know, if you ever thought, hey, this guy, $1 a month, yeah, I could probably swing that. There should be a little logo on the banner of this page, just like on the other channel. You click on the banner, it takes you to Patreon. My other channel has a membership button. I'm going to try to work on getting one for this channel. I'm not sure if this channel is eligible for that yet, but the membership, I think, is $2.99 a month. And even if you sign up over there, it would help me. And that's the Real Music Observer channel. Either way, Patreon or memberships, it would keep me going. And there are days like this here, like yesterday for the most part, but what's left over, what I'm doing here, where I get kind of discouraged, and I'm not cut out for some of the social media stuff. That's why I don't do it. I don't have any I mean, I have a Facebook account. I don't use it really. It's because I have a lot of memories, and then this was designed to make it so it's hard to quit. That's right. Just difficult to quit something. Twitter, I've quit like 4 or 5 times. I've started it, I've quit. I've started it, I've quit. And I just don't feel as though I get a lot out of Twitter. It might be a little better with Elon, but I don't know. I'm still hesitant to throw myself into it and then get sucked into that. And then really at times it just takes all of your energy and wastes all of your day on, arguing with people or watching to see who posts what. We need to read books. We need to go for walks. We need to take a break from the matrix. And I'll continue to say that this is a matrix, and the matrix is getting stronger and stronger, and it's harder to get away from it. I mean, I didn't understand this until like a year or so ago, and then I realized everything is, even the food you eat is designed to be addictive, and you're supposed to go and eat healthy, whole foods. Do you? You should drink water out of glass bottles. Do you? Probably not. In any event, I'm done. Thanks for watching, and I will maybe see you soon over here.